Varane, I think Ten Hag's done really well with him, just easing him into the season. Because I think Ten Hag said he's a slow starter towards the start of the season. And even with pre-season, he didn't get that many minutes because I think he just wanted to protect him because he knows how important Varane is. Obviously, we saw against Brentford and Brighton, without him, we conceded, 6 goals? So, yeah. And then with Varane in the team, we haven't lost this season, I don't think. So he's so integral, so I'm so glad he's fit and firing.
It's really nice to see how Rafael Varane has become the centre-back that we expected, that we bought last season as well. So it goes to show that when looked after properly and when managed properly, it goes to show that he is the kind of right player that we kind of needed going forward as well. So hopefully this is the reassured partnership we've been waiting for a long, long time as Manchester United fans. And you could even say the same about the back four as well, couldn't you? With the likes of Diogo Dalot, who personally proved me wrong because I thought he wasn't good enough to play for Manchester United as a first-team player as well. Ever since that Liverpool game, he's kind of come into his own, come out of his shell, been a lot more passionate on the pitch. And I think working with Varane, the right centre-back, has been a lot more, there's a lot less pressure on him, I would say, as well, because he's got a reassured centre-back partner at right centre-back, and it goes to show how confident he can become as well. And I'm looking forward to it as well, because he scored 2 goals for Portugal in the international break as well. He had an assist as well, I think, in one of the games. And it goes to show how he and Tyrone Malacia, who was taken over from Luke Shaw's responsibilities at left back, could be a proper starting 11 now as well, with a proper back four. I'm looking forward to seeing how this defence kind of goes.
So I think McTominay is really key, and I think he's going to be key on Sunday as well. When you've got a midfield of De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, obviously Rodri, you really need someone who can go around and mark all those players. And yeah, I think McTominay is going to be in for a good game on Sunday.
McTominay tends to have a decent competition with Kevin De Bruyne as well, when Kevin De Bruyne has played in the centre midfield. So there have been a couple of times when it's like literally just made him like non-existent in the game so far, and it goes to show that if Erik ten Hag kind of plays these kind of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer tactics that have worked at the Etihad previously, where we are sitting back, and we have kind of done this against Arsenal and Liverpool respectively this season, and we go out on the counter-attack with the front three that we would have, it goes to show that it can be done and we can nullify Manchester City. It's just about how our midfield kind of goes forward as well. And if we do start with McTominay, Eriksen and Bruno Fernandes, that would be a lot more controlling for us as well. We wouldn't go for the 2 holding midfielders of Casemiro and McTominay, which I think could be a viable option as well. But I don't see how you drop Christian Eriksen in this team. What's been the key takeaway for you from watching this midfield, Anthony?
I think it's just Eriksen's intelligence. As you said before, he is another Michael Carrick, and to get a player of that calibre for free was just amazing. Yep. You saw him midweek for Denmark, he scored that wonderful goal. I think he created like 8 chances the other day for Denmark, or he had some mad statistics. He's just been immense, really. And yeah, as you said, he has surprised me with his work rate. He can get around in the midfield engine room, and he can be a number 6, he can be a number 8. He's so versatile. And he just adds more to his game, and he's so intelligent. I think Gary Neville said it the other day, like, his intelligence is supreme. And when you've got intelligent players on the football pitch, they're going to be able to pass to each other, they're going to be able to link up. So you can see that Bruno and Eriksen, they're going to get the best out of each other, which is something that Pogba and Bruno couldn't really do. But yeah, this new midfield's exciting. And then when you've got a player of Casemiro's ability who will eventually come in, it's going to be a good midfield three, I think, as long as they stay fit and firing.
How do you stop Erling Haaland from a Man United point of view, and how do you stop this Manchester City attack?
That's a great question. I said in another podcast before the season that Haaland's going to score 40 Premier League goals, and I still think he will. Because he's just unreal, whether it's heading, whether it's that goal what he scored the other day, where I don't know how he managed to get his foot up there. It's just
extraordinary.
Mad. What you got to do is stop the service to him, because you know he's a finisher. He'll finish anything. So it's stopping De Bruyne, it's stopping Silva, it's stopping Foden, making sure the ball doesn't go into him, because if not, he's going to be a danger. So yeah, it's just maybe pushing him wide, whether we can try and do that so he's not in and around the 6-yard box, where it's getting those little tap-ins or those little touches what managed to go into the goal. So yeah, it's all about stopping the service, but obviously that's a hard thing to do when you've got players of De Bruyne on the pitch and Foden's calibre. But they don't worry me too much. Obviously Haaland worries me a lot, because we know how good he is. But yeah, Foden and Grealish, I think if you get stuck into them, sometimes they can shy away a bit. Obviously, Grealish is quite good at winning fouls and stuff around the area, which we don't want to give away because they could be a bit of a threat at set pieces if they knock it into Haaland. But yeah, it's just about stopping those playmakers, really. It's going to be interesting to see because there's going to be so many battles on the pitch, whether it's Haaland versus Varane or whether he goes on to Lisandro Martinez or the De Bruyne McTominay battle. Just battles everywhere, so it's just exciting to see it come Sunday afternoon, I think.
Definitely, and Antony versus Cancelo will be a very big battle as well. If Antony does get the nod ahead of Elanga or whoever we've got as a right winger as well. So it goes to show that Cancelo has been one of the better fullbacks in this Premier League for the last 2-3 seasons, in my opinion. He has a fresh test against him, which will be very good to see, and it'll be very good to see how it kind of goes forward as well.